What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and you know, I'm not sure if I agree with that infamous internet definition of insanity where they say it's trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But damn, Games Workshop has to be insane to be pushing this Custodes crap again.
Hey, you want to see crazy? I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think Games Workshop is nuttier than squirrel turds, because it seems that not only are they not backing down on their female custodes horseshit, but they have completely doubled down on it. They are committed to trying to convince us that the custodes have always had females, using some straight-up Orwellian 1984 tactics to gaslight us into thinking this has always been the case. In other words, they are rejecting the fans.
It's not about money, it's about sending a message.
So you have chosen death.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter, where I am keeping a list of woke/DEI infested games pinned to my account at all times for your reference when making purchases. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's take a look at this news about Games Workshop doubling down, shitting on the 40k fans who care about lore and about being immersed in their hobby. This article that we're going to look at comes to us from That Park Place. It says, Games Workshop doubled down on gaslighting its Warhammer 40k hobbyists and enthusiasts after retconning the Adeptus Custodes and claiming females had always been part of the organization.
Lies. Oh, lies!
Games Workshop introduced female Adeptus Custodes in their latest Codex Adeptus Custodes with a short story featuring Custodian Callidace Tervalia Kesh, and you know, by now I'm sure that we've all read the famous excerpt here that got Warhammer fans pissed off, where they introduced this concept of the female custodians. But this is the part that really irked everyone. Despite this being an obvious retcon, Games Workshop gaslit its hobbyists, claiming that female custodes had always existed. The official Warhammer account on Twitter posted, "Since the first of the 10,000 were created, there have always been female custodians."
It's false. No way.
The company has since doubled down in a blog post on their Warhammer community website. Instead of noting that Adeptus Custodes are recruited from the sons of nobles, the blog post states, potential custodians are taken in at a very young age to better survive the rigors of their transformation, no older than late infancy, for the fundamental changes that will be wrought upon their flesh, minds, and souls are tantamount to apotheosis. It is considered a great honor for those of Terran noble houses to submit a child.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter.
YouTuber Endymion gets quoted in the article then here. He says, "Not a male child anymore, just a child. You see how easy it is to retcon things and push narratives? All it takes is a simple push, a little change here or there, until eventually people don't know the truth anymore. And that's what irks me the most, is that we're seeing things getting deliberately changed in front of our eyes, and when we question it, we're being called crazy." That is a straight-up 1984 tactic, and I think it is what is pissing people off about this story. It was bad enough that these guys changed the custodians. People don't like it when you piss around with the lore. but then to try and pretend like this has always been this way, to subtly change words and hope that nobody notices, is sneaky and underhanded as hell. It is a tactic of cowards, and what's worse are all of these people trying to claim like it's not important. No big deal! If it weren't important, then these people would say, you know what, I don't care, it's not important to me, therefore let's change it back. Let's change it to the way that the people who care about it want it to be. But in truth, the only reason they're trying to claim it's not important is to get us to back off. They want to disarm us, they want us helpless against their propaganda, but never forget that they're being wildly disingenuous with this stuff. But in the article it continues saying, Endymion later noted why these changes are important. The point here is that history, lore, the very concept of what is fact versus what isn't, is important whether it's non-fiction or fiction itself. Ideas and concepts need to be respected, and the fact these things keep getting changed to fit an agenda that leans only in one direction proves that it's being done deliberately.
It's all right, nobody panic. It was deliberate, it was deliberate.
Yeah, it's definitely deliberate. They are trying like hell to change things without ruining immersion. Let's be honest, they do not want to lose customers. They are simply willing to lose customers over this, and they are hoping to make this change with subtlety. And for some people, that might actually work. Maybe they don't care about the lore, and that's okay. Not everyone has to enjoy things the same way, but for many, many of us out here, this damages the suspension of disbelief. When a fictional world like this does not follow its own rules, there is almost nothing more damaging. How can the audience be expected to get drawn back in? And the answer is, they can't. You know, it's for this reason that if you go and watch a play at the theater, they close the doors to the theater and they don't let anyone open them unless there's an emergency, because otherwise it spoils the illusion for the audience. It takes people out of the story, and that is where we're at right here. Only instead of someone simply opening the door to the theater and thereby making noise and bringing in light, this is kind of equivalent of changing actors in the middle of the show and hoping that nobody notices. But as I said earlier, Games Workshop doesn't want to lose money, but they are clearly willing to. Their stock has been on a downward trajectory ever since the Female Custodes retcon happened, and apparently they're comfortable with that. The company's stock price is sitting at a bit over $118 per share at the time of this recording, which isn't good considering they were at over $130 when the whole controversy started. Let them reap what they sow, though. Apparently, they feel this was such a good move for the company that they should double down. So we will see how this plays out. But I'm going to leave it there. What do you guys think about Games Workshop doubling down and subtly adding more fuel to this custodian fire? Will fans forgive them and go crawling back, or has Games Workshop lost a good chunk of their audience forever? Drop your thoughts down below and we will chat there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.